Black, OperationalExtras YouTube channel. I'm going to do as much as I can squish in about pack fitting. Now, not outfitting. This is just, it's about fitting a pack so it's comfortable. An ill-fit pack is famous for being a trip ender. Many people have come out of the woods not wanting to ever go back again because their pack and their boot fits were horrid. Just a quick note on that, we're not going to be really covering the rucksack or the clutter sack type bags or packs with no waist belt. This is just going to be for the more adjustable backpacking, adventure travel, and some military packs like Kafaru and a couple others like that. But I'm going to use an Eagle Creek New World Journey, and it's loaded. Anyway, so I'm not going to be covering this, but the first thing I'm going to start with is the torso length is key in the measurement of the pack. If you see, get the one we're actually going to use. If you see a pack, we'll have shoulder straps and a waist belt. Now, in theory, the waist belt, if you were to put this pack on your back, in theory, and a good fit, the pack bag should stand upright on its own without even having these on. Now it's a little exaggerated, but the internal frame pack will have stays, and we'll go over that in a minute, or you never know. But what we're going to talk about is using this tape to find, one, what your torso length is, and two, how to adjust that measurement to this pack. So starting here, the measurement on the pack, and then I'll transfer, go backwards on this I guess, but the roll over the shoulder to the crest of the hip, which usually lies in the center of the belt. Okay? Now, with that, you can do this yourself, but what you want to do is measure the hump at the base of the neck. There's a small bone at the base of the neck. Forgive my camera work. The crest of the hip is the very tippity top of the hip bone, and the measurement from there is going to go to the center right there. It's an iliac crest, I believe it's called. Again, forgive my camera work. I don't have a tripod, so and I'm filthy, and I don't care. Anyways, that measurement is going to be made. Let's sit down here. You'll do it standing up, preferably have someone do it for you so you can roll. It's best to use the tape so you can go actually along the spine. Everybody's spine is differently shaped. So, hope you're getting it. Hope I'm getting it. That's my torso measurement. Base of the neck, the bump at the base of the neck, iliac crest. Again, I think that's what it's called. It's the hip bone, the crest of the hip bone, and we can get that measurement. So, without looking at it, I'm thinking 20, 18, someone there. I'd hit 21. So I'll probably just post up what that equates to as far as small, medium, large torso length. Small is going to be somewhere in like the 15, I believe, and medium large is in this 18, 20. I didn't bring that nomenclature out, so I could either get back to you on that or post it in the description of the video. But right there we're sitting at 21 inches, and that measurement is going to get transferred again to the roll of the shoulder strap, to the center of the belt. So we're looking about right there. That should fall on 20. Yeah, it rolls in. It's about 20, 21. And then this, if you turn it, it'll be about right at the center of that hip belt. Okay, that's your torso measurement. That's going to be a small. Actually, it could be a small. There's some pack companies will make women's and men's packs. Most packs are unisex, so you're going to get an extra small women's petite, I think they call. They show different manufacturers will call it different things, but basically small, medium, large. Very rare. I do not recall seeing any extra large. That would be pretty long torso length. So the torso length has nothing to do with the cubic inch or capacity of a bag. I'm not sure what this is. I know this kind of leech on backpack has its own cubic inch measurement, and then the main bag also does. We'll talk about what's in here later, maybe another video, but this bag, the torso length and the cubic inches, most manufacturers, they'll get ping pong balls and fill these packs up. Then they'll count how many ping pong balls are in the pack, and that is roughly a cubic inch, even though it's a sphere. And then they can tell how many cubic inches the pack main bag is. That capacity has nothing to do with the measurement, the torso measurement, which is a small, medium, or large. So if you're a small frame and you go buy a large pack because you want to carry a lot of stuff, you're doing yourself a disservice. And speaking of that, if you go to one of your REI type places or any place like that, they're doing a disservice if they don't fit you for a pack. If they say, hey, we have these on sale today, or this could be any store. I hate mentioning any names, but it's a disservice if they're an outfitter, if they do not take your torso measurement and custom fit your pack. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Okay. Now we measured about 20, 22, or 21, I'm sorry, somewhere in there. And that is the measurement, again, from the center of the hip belt to the roll of the shoulder, where the shoulder strap fits. And that lines up with the bump at the base of the neck. Now, how do you adjust it? There's going to be some room to adjust these. So if you get the medium torso length, you're going to have, if you're just on the border of small or medium, you're going to have that room to adjust the pack. Do that. This might be kind of upside down, but every manufacturer has a different way of making it adjustable. So this is probably one of the best I've ever seen. elastics buckled. What that did by loosening it up down here is it pulled this out. And you'll see some lines. Okay. These lines are what you're going to measure to. For your different torso length sizes. That's your adjustability range. Hope that's coming up. Key. They're about an inch, just under an inch increments. Okay. That line is curved, so it matches up with this, which is also curved. Okay. What I'm going to do basically gut this. This is what they should be doing at the store when you're getting a custom pack set. These are aluminum stays. The stays help to support the load. As I mentioned earlier, if you're wearing the hip belt, in theory, the pack should stand alone on your hips, standing upright. This is what keeps that pack upright, stays. This is a prototype, kind of a Frankenstein model, but this slightly adjustable. We'll talk about this later. The frame is what holds the Alice pack type packs upright. A lot of those do not have a hip belt, and that's a whole nother ball game. Anyways, yeah. We'll get back to that. The stay. This, again, aluminum. Once it is pulled out of the pack, I draw a happy face. That's the way I learned. Happy face. That's you. That's the way it's facing on your back. And this is bent to my back. Okay. Again, the pack fitter should be doing that. The way you bend these, there's a couple ways. At the shop, you get the wooden picnic table and you stick this in there and you crank it. You can make marks or whatever. I said it's better to have someone bend this to you, just make sure they know what they're doing. You do slight bends over the knee. And then flip it over. And that's how you're making your bends. That's at least how I used to do them. I used to have a callus right here. I've fitted hundreds and hundreds of packs. I learned from Dana Gleason. He is of Mystery Ranch, and if backpacking was Star Wars, he would be Yoda as far as pack fitting. So that's my source, and it is the way to do it. This is going to be replaced now back in the pack. There's one on the left, one on the right. You replace it. There's usually a flap. You put those in. This is my lower back curve, shoulder curve. This is just to hold the collar, the spindrift collar area, or the top of your pack upright. And you're lashing like a sleeping pad or anything else up on top. That's where that's going to hook to. Now, whoop, I already made a mistake. This ties in to this pack shoulder strap. 2 loops. And then it goes into a small sleeve that catches the bottom of the stay. There's my happy face. Tracking? Alright, that goes down. This, we have a high and low here. We'll talk more about what that strap's for when we do the backpack Macarena. Okay, Now it's all tied back together. Man, I hope this is on the frame. I hate saying that, but I don't want to do this again. Okay, now from this angle, I'm going to pull this down. Get that where it needs to be. Take my measurements. Approximately there to there, and I like to do just a little under before I cinch it down. There's a blue line right here. The reason I cinch it a little higher is it's going to settle in because it's all nylon. It's a bunch of little basically Chinese handcuffs all working together, the way it's weaved or woven. Anyways, and that locks it down on your torso there. Okay? So that's what we got now. Stand by. Okay. I guess we can go over this too, to avoid hurting yourself. One of the best ways to hoist this up, it's a V17 signal pollen or signal panel goodness right there. Get it to your knee, just rest it there, step in. Drop your knees and just keeping this in the frame, hopefully. Now, the hip belt, as you see, that's the crest, the tippity top of the hip bone is falling right on that line. So, my calculations were spot on. Now, this all needs to be loose when you're putting it on. I mean, not terribly loose, but loose. And you're going to build this onto your carcass, and that does not go there. That needs to be stowed up there. We'll do that later. Alright, that's where I'm going to stow it for now. Now, mention the backpack arena, and this is what I was talking about. Everything's dangling and loose. So, what I'm going to do is first I'm going to get this to where it needs to be, which is center of the crest of the hip. Okay, now it's fitting proper. Pack, well, like I said, in theory, should stay upright. I'd hate to walk more than 20 feet with a pack like that, but that support is going on your strongest muscles, your leg, butt, thigh. So anyways, it's another video. Anyways, this is cinched, whistle stowed. Now, and only now, do you go for these, which adjust the roll of the shoulder. Okay, snug those down. Okay, don't really need that on there, but it's on there because this is a skedaddle pack. Loaded. Okay, you could even wait on that. There it is. Now we're gonna go. People call these risers. They call them all kinds of different stuff. But it's any parachute, the backpack. What this does when you pull this, if these are tight, it's not going to get a good fit. This is to slightly lift the shoulder pad up off the shoulder, so if it's fitting proper on your hips, that weight is not just dangling on your shoulders. That's why it's not good to overload a like a rucksack, or just, you know, even a day pack. Now I'm going to go over this again. These are loose, so here's the backpack arena. 1, 2